Hello again and welcome back. Welcome to a new class. Welcome to class number 192. 192, 93, 94. We have 4 classes left. We have 4 classes left only. I can't believe it. Incredible, unbelievable. We are going to finish this program. I can't believe it. What am I going to do with my life after so much television work? My God, I need to reformulate my objectives, my goals. I need to reformulate my life. I'm suddenly, de repente, I'm suddenly going to have at least 4 hours of free time more every day. And I'm going to say, what can I do with all this time? You know, you don't have free time. You have a lot of work with the English language, because when you finish the beginner's program, you need to start the intermediate. And you need to pass the exam for the basic, the official students. I know that a lot of you aren't official students. That was a mistake. When you're an official student, you listen more carefully, you read more carefully, you study the auxiliary material more carefully, you practice more often. In essence, in essence, you progress much more when you are an official student than when you're not. Of course, it costs some money. Not much, in my opinion. Around €1 per hour, but vale la pena. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it for your English. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to camera 1. Let's review a bit what we saw yesterday, shall we? Okay. All right. After this class, Maria needs to go to the hairdressers. Yeah. After this class, I don't need to go to the hairdressers, I think. No, not yet. I don't go to the hairdressers. I go to the barbers. I go to the barber shop. Yeah. Very simple barber who cuts my hair, and that's it. But she goes to a very sophisticated hairdressers, okay, for all kinds of special things, yes. For her face, for her hair, for her nails, for her toenails, everything. Yes, a lot of very special things, all right? Even some strange injections here. Yeah, for these things. I don't know. I don't understand. Okay, I think I do. Yes. You know, I'm sure that when Maria is 40 years old in the future, she will look 26 or 27, because she will take care of herself very carefully, and that's very good. Okay, she will always be young and beautiful. That's the idea, even when she's 55 or 58 like me. Okay, and I'm not young and beautiful, but she is. Okay, she has that advantage over me. Okay, promise. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. No, I never promised you. Nunca te prometí un jardín de rosas. I never promised you a rose garden in life. I never promised you that you would learn English in 1 year. It took me 3 years to master Spanish, living in Spain, y yo soy lingüista. ¿Tú pretendes la misma conquista? Esquivando los esfuerzos excepcionales. You can't do it. Yes. All right, it takes a lot of work. El inglés, como la suerte, es algo que se labra. No viene de Dios ni de abracadabra. You have to work. All right, you have to work. I never promised you English with a magic wand. Wand is varita. Abracadabra? Presto, you speak English. Congratulations. I never promised you. Promised. I never promised you that. But strangely, many people think that. Many people think that if si hago eso con los eso de ese Vaughan, me aprendo inglés así. Boom. Yes, if you work hard. If you don't work hard, no. I'm sorry. I don't have any miracles. I don't have any miracles for you. I don't have a magic wand. Okay, I don't have a magic wand. I can't say, with magic, or sprinkle magic dust over you, and you start speaking English. I'm sorry. I never promised you a magic wand. I never promised you. I never promised you magic dust, polvos mágicos. No, I never promised you anything. The only thing I promised you was blood, sweat, and tears. Sangre, sudor y lágrimas. Hard work. That's the only thing I promised you from the first day of class. Recordaréis, the first day of class. If not, go to the internet, go back. The official students, los que no sois alumnos de esto, oficiales, no tenéis ese acceso, I'm sorry. But go back and watch the first program. And I said, los que llegan a buen puerto con el inglés son los que adquieren musculatura de tanto remar en su bote salvavidas, si no se hunden. Okay? So, you need to develop strong muscles and row. Okay? And you have to. I never promised you anything else. I promised you good progress if you promise me hard work. Together, cómplices en esto, eh? You and me and my colleagues, we are accomplices in this. We need each other, all right? You need me to orientate you. Los americanos decimos orient, para orientar. Británicos, orientate. You need me to orient you and to motivate you. Okay? But the rest is your problem, my friend, and you have to work hard. Okay? And if you work hard, I will be very proud and I will feel much better than if you don't. Because if you don't work hard, this program will fail. I never promised you English. On television and on the radio, other people promise you English with, I think, 900 words or 1,100 words. I don't remember how many words. And they promise you resultados garantizados. Mentira. It's impossible. Y todo diseñado por un equipo de expertos. They never say que equipo, what expertos. Por un equipo de expertos con diccionario y regalo. Okay? And nobody learns English. And they promise. They guarantee. Que cara. They guarantee results. You can't guarantee results with English. I promised you hard work. I promised you constant motivation from my part and the other teachers. We promised you, yo y mis colegas, we promised you a good English course. We promised you energy, passion, hard work from our part. But we also reminded you, os recordamos, that without your collaboration, we are useless, inútiles. We can't do anything. So, promise me to work hard, okay? See you in a few minutes.
Hello everyone, my name is Layla. Today we're going to do a review class. We're going to practice with the verb to promise, and then we're going to do butchers, doctors, always using the Saxon genitive. And to do all this, Esther is here. Esther, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Layla. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. All right, are you ready to practice?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, good. At home, are you as ready as she is? ¿Estáis tan preparados o tan listos como ella? Yes? Okay, then let's go. So remember the verb to promise in the past. So every day I promise. Yesterday I
promised.
Exactly. It has the hard T sound. Promised. Okay? And so the questions I ask you, I need you to answer them in the positive form. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, did you promise to help me move?
Yes, I promised to help you move.
Good. Okay, so here, promise to. Since it has a T sound, they both have a T sound, we can link it. So it sounds like one word. Promise to. One more time.
Yes, I promised.
Promise to.
I promised to move.
To
help you move.
Exactly. Okay. So she promised to help me move. Okay? Good. Did you promise not to tell me lies?
Yes, I promised not to tell you lies.
Good. Okay. What did she do? She promised not to tell me lies. Okay? Good. Did you promise not to eat chocolate for 2 months?
Yes, I promised not to eat chocolate for 2 months.
Okay, all right. What did she do? What did she promise? She promised not to eat chocolate for 2 months. Could you promise that?
No.
No,
Impossible.
I couldn't either. Impossible. I couldn't promise not to eat chocolate. Okay? Did you promise to help me paint my house?
Yes, I promised to help you paint your house.
Okay, so very good, but we can link the sounds. So promise to, since it's a T and a T, we can just put it together so that it sounds like one word. All right? So one more time. Did you promise to help me paint my house?
Yes, I promised to help you paint your house.
Okay, so promise to.
Promise to. Promise to.
One more time.
Promise to.
Okay, the whole thing?
Yes, I promised to help you to paint your house.
Help. Okay, so help without the to.
I promised to help you paint your house.
Exactly, okay. What did she promise to help me do? She promised to help me
paint your house.
Exactly. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
No me acuerdo.
Okay, so it's just always remembering to practice the verb promise. Okay, which has, what kind of sound does it have? A T or a D?
T. T.
T. Okay, T. And if we can't distinguish between the two sounds, what do we say? Do you remember? For example, when you're spelling something.
Yes.
Te como? Do you remember what we say?
As in Thailand.
Exactly, as in. Fantastic. All right, next part, okay? So, do you remember how to say hacer recados?
No.
Run errands. Okay, hacer recados, run errands. So now we're going to practice with butchers, doctors, always using the Saxon genitive. Okay? All right. Did you buy croissants at the baker's? Now remember, bakers, we use the Saxon genitive, el genitivo sajón con la S. Okay? So one more time. Did you buy croissants at the baker's?
Yes, I bought croissants at baker's.
At the baker's.
At the baker's.
Exactly. Okay, so we have to use the at the baker's.
At the baker's.
Good. Okay. How many croissants did you buy at the baker's?
I bought 7.
One more time.
I bought 7 croissants.
Where?
At the baker's.
Okay, now tell me one more time.
I bought 7 croissants at the baker's.
Good. Okay, so bought. Remember, did you buy pork chops at the butcher's?
Yes, I bought pork chops.
Pork chops.
Pork chops at the butcher's.
At the butcher's.
At the butcher's.
Butcher's, el carnicero, right? En la carnicería. Okay, so at the butcher's. What did you buy?
I bought pork chops.
Okay, what are pork chops? Just in case someone doesn't know.
Chuletas de cerdo.
Exactly, okay, pork chops. All right, at home, what did Esther buy? She bought pork chops. Where did she buy them?
At the butcher's.
Exactly, okay. Did you buy bread at the baker's?
Yes, I bought bread at the baker's.
Okay, good. Did you go to the dentist's last year?
Yes, I went to the dentist last year.
Where?
To the dentist's last year.
Good, okay. So it's the STS sound, okay? Where did she go last year? She went to the dentist's last year, okay? Did you buy ribs at the butcher's?
Yes, I bought ribs at the butcher's.
Good, okay. What did Esther buy? She bought ribs at the butcher's. Ribs, costillas. Okay, well done.
Thank you.
Very well done at home. That's all the time we have for today, so I will see you next time. Goodbye.
Okay, welcome back. Many years ago, in a town, a small town in Spain called Almonacid de Zorita, I was living in a house and working as an English teacher in a nuclear plant about 5 kilometers away. And I remember I had a student, a good student, Carlos was his name, an engineer, a technical engineer in the plant. And I remember one time we were talking in Spanish, we were speaking in Spanish, not in the class, outside of the class. And I said, vine aquí a la edad de 20 años. And he said, Richard, perhaps it's correct Spanish, but in Spanish we say, vine aquí a los 20 años. A los 20 años. I never forgot his correction, of course, okay? But remember my mistake. A la edad de, at the age of. I was translating from English to Spanish, the expression. I came to Spain for the first time at the age of 20. Aquí no decimos years old después, eh? At the age of 20 years old, no, at the age of 20. All right? Or, mejor todavía, I came to Spain when I was 20. En este caso, se admite years old. I came to Spain when I was 20 years old. All right? Let's practice this on camera number 1, please. All right. I was born when my father was 28 years old. My father joined the Air Force my father joined the Air Force at the age of 18. Yeah. When the Second World War started. Well, when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor in December 1941, my father joined the Air Force. At the age of 18. Yes, at the age of 18. The next year, in 1942, he turned 19. Now, he spent 2 years training. He spent 2 years training. All right? Very serious training to be a pilot. And he was sent to England in 1944. At the age, he was sent to England before D-Day, before the invasion of Normandy. And his birthday is in July, so he was sent to England at the age of 20. Yes. All right. At the age of 20. He joined the Air Force when he was 18, and he was sent to the front to fight when he was 20, 2 years later, basically, a year and a half later. He flew his first mission at the age of 20. He flew his first mission over Germany, flying. He was a photo reconnaissance pilot. He was not a bomber or a fighter. He took pictures, but it was very dangerous. He was flying alone. All right. He came back after the war in 1946, in the beginning, in January 1946. So he came back, or he went back, porque hablo desde España, entonces referencias para allá. He went back to Texas in 1946 at the age of, in January, at the age of 22. Yeah, he was 22. Yes, he went back at the age of 22. He got married in 1947. Yes, he got married in 1947 in June. So he got married at the age of 24. Pero se dice más, he got married when he was 24. Years old. Si queréis añadir years old, se añade, no hay problema. Cuando usas when, he was, no at the age of, a la edad de. My parents, when they got married, let's see, my father got married when he was 24. He got married in 1947. But no, he was 23. Yeah, he got married when he was 23. My mother got married when she was 24. My mother was a year and a half older than my father. Now, he started his first job in Houston, Texas, in 1947. Yes. He started his first job? No, in 1948. Correct. He started in 1948, after my sister was born. And in the fall of 1948, in the autumn, in the fall of 1948. So he started his first job at the age of 24. Yeah. No, 25. He was 25. He lost 3 years in the war, 4 years in the war, you see. He had to go to for flight training in 1942 and 43, and then in combat in 1944 and 45. Basically, he lost 4 years because of the Second World War. Okay? So he started his first job, real job, with a wife and one daughter, my sister, at the age of 25, when he was 25 years old. I was born when he was 29. Nope, 28. My father was 28 when I was born. He was transferred to New York for special training in his company. 8 months of training. Wow, that's a long time for training. It's a very serious company. He worked in a very good company all his life. And he spent 8 months in a training course in New York City. So that was in 1953. Okay? So he was transferred. Dentro de las organizaciones se fue trasladado. No es que se mudara, porque le mudaron, vamos. He was transferred to New York with the family, me. I was little, I was 2 years old when he was 29. Yeah, 1953, when he was 29. And then he moved back to Texas when he was 30. Okay. He retired in 1982. He retired when he was 59. My father retired when he was 59. He retired at the age of 59. He retired when he was 59 years old. He retired at the age of 59. Okay? And he came to Spain for the first time in 1973. So he came in the summer, just around his birthday in July. So he came to Spain for the first time when he was 50. He came at the age of 50. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, me, in my case, traveling, the first time I traveled outside of the United States, the first time I traveled abroad, al extranjero, was when I was, valga la redundancia, fue cuando tenía, was when I was 19 years old. I went to Russia. No, I was 20. The first time I came to Spain, I was 20. Yeah, I was 20 when I came to Spain. I came to Spain at the age of 20. I came to study for 1 year, and I went back when I was 21. And then I finished my studies, and I came back a second time when I was 22. Okay? And I started teaching English when I was 22. I got married when I was 26. Yeah. I don't have time to continue, but you understand. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello and welcome. I'm Kyle, and today I'm here with Esther, who's going to be the student today. Esther, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Kyle. How are you?
Very good, very good. Esther, ask me how old I was when I came to Spain.
How old were you when you came to Spain?
Very good, yes. How old? Yeah, I remember, how?
How?
Ask me that again. Kyle.
How old were you when you came to Spain?
Yes, I was 23 when I came to Spain. Now, I can say I was 23 when I came to Spain. So we used to be. When I was 23, I came to Spain. When I was 23. I can also say at the age of 23, I came to Spain. Okay? So here, I'm going to give you some facts. They're facts because they're true. I'm not going to lie to you today. These are true facts. And I'd like to give you, I'm going to give you one structure, and you will give me the other equivalent structure, okay? So this is true. At the age of 18, I moved out of my parents' house.
And
So you can say, when you were...
when you were 18, you moved out of your parents' house.
It's true, yes. At the age of 24, I started teaching.
You started teaching when you were 24.
When you were, yes. You started teaching when you were 24. At the age of 24, you started teaching. Now, the order, you can say, you started teaching at the age of 24. Or, at the age of 24, you started teaching. It's the same. The order doesn't matter, right? Now, also true, at the age of 28, I started doing the radio show.
When you were 28, you started to do the radio show.
That's right, that's right. He died at the age of 138. Now, he is a man, there was a man in India. He died in 2008. He died at the age of 138. This is true.
Yes.
So what can you say?
He died when he was 138.
100 and?
138.
Right, right. Remember, 100 and. Yes, he died when he was 138. Yes, yes. Okay, so at the age of 12, Beethoven became an assistant organist. Beethoven. He became an assistant organist at the age of 12. So at home you can say, when he was 12, he became an assistant organist. Very, very young.
Yes.
Beethoven, right? Mm-hmm. Now, at the age of 14, Woody Allen, here we have a phrasal verb. Woody Allen took up the clarinet. You know, the clarinet. Now, do you know what that means, to take up?
Comenzar.
It's like he adopted a hobby. Like, I think I'd like to learn the guitar. So I think I will take up playing the guitar. It means to start to do something, typically with a hobby, right? So at the age of 14, Woody Allen took up the clarinet.
When he was 14, Woody Allen took up the clarinet.
Yeah. At the age of 27, Ernest Hemingway published his first novel.
When he was 27, Ernest Hemingway published his first novel.
Published
His first novel.
Yeah. Now you can change the order. Try that at home. Change the order. He published his first novel, or Ernest Hemingway published his first novel when he was
27.
27. That's true. Yeah. At the age of 27, Jimi Hendrix died.
Yes, Jimi Hendrix died when he was 27.
Yeah, it's true. Now, at the age of 28, Bob Marley recorded the song.
I Shot the Sheriff.
There you go. I Shot the Sheriff. That's right. At the age of 28. So what can you say?
Bob Marley recorded the song I Shot the Sheriff when he was 28.
Right. Did he shoot the deputy?
No, he didn't.
That's right. But he did not shoot the deputy, but he shot the sheriff, apparently, yes. Now, a college dropout. You know what a college dropout is?
No.
To drop out is to quit, when you stop doing something. So a college dropout means a guy who left university. He quit. Named Steve Jobs. You know Steve Jobs, Apple? Apple computer. At the age of 21, Steve Jobs founded Apple.
Steve Jobs founded Apple when he was 21.
Yeah, 21. Wow. Nice business, eh?
Yes.
Well done. Now, at 38, at the age of 38, Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon.
Neil Armstrong was the first person
became the
first person to step on the moon when he was 38.
38, yes, when he was 38. So at the age of 38, Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. When he was 38, Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. Okay, so J.R.R. Tolkien. Does that name ring a bell? ¿Te suena? Does it ring a bell?
Yes, it rings a bell.
So he wrote the first part version of Lord of the Rings when he was 62.
Yes. G.R.R.
Lord of the Rings, right?
G.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah, J, right? The
J.
J. J.
R. Tolkien wrote the first part of Lord of the Rings when he was 62.
When he was 62, yes. This is another true story. My father, when he was 21, he patrolled the Alaska Highway, which my father is a police officer. Well, he was a member of the mounted police. You know, the guys in the red uniform. And he patrolled the highways from Canada up to Alaska through the snow when he was 21. So when he was 21, so what can you say? At the age
of 21, your father patrolled the Alaska
the Alaska Highway.
Highway.
Yes, very interesting. A lot of the Alaska Highway, there's some parts that are actually lakes.
Yeah.
And when the lakes freeze, they drive the car straight across the lake. It's incredible. Yeah. And he worked there stopping people for speeding or whatever. Yeah. So Elvis died when he was 42.
Elvis died when he... at the age of 42, Elvis died.
Yeah, at the age of 42, Elvis died. Barack Obama was 48 when he was elected.
At the age of 48, Barack Obama was elected.
Yes, very good, very good. Okay, well done, Esther. Great job today. And great job to you at home. Thanks for watching. I'm going to send you back to Richard, but we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that happened to me about 2 months ago. I live in the center of Madrid, and the building where I live doesn't have parking. Doesn't have a parking garage under the building. So I need to park about 4 or 5 minutes away on foot. It takes 4 or 5 minutes to walk to my car. About 2 months ago, I left home without my car keys, and I didn't realize it. Okay, without my car has a special key. It doesn't look like a key. Okay, so I walked to my car happily in the morning, and I got to the car and I didn't have the key. I said, "Oh, I left my car key at home." Do you understand? Oh, I left my car key at home. I have a question. How would you say that in Spanish? ¿Dejé la llave en casa or olvidé la llave en casa? Which would you say? Probably you'd say, ay, olvidé la llave en casa. Or dejé la llave en casa. I don't know. And I want to ask you about it on camera number 1, because this is important for me. Let's go. Okay. To leave significa salir. Voy a salir de la habitación cuando termine aquí. I'm going to leave this room when I finish today. Okay? To leave is also abandonar. No me abandones, te necesito. Don't leave me, darling. I need you. Leave is también marcharse. Se marcharon después de comer. They left after lunch. Okay, to leave. All right? Now, to leave also means olvidar algo en un sitio. But accidentally or on purpose. It could be both. You can say, no, decidí dejar los papeles en casa. I decided to leave the papers at home. Or it could be accident. Anda. He dejado en casa. He dejado los papeles en casa. Okay. Let me ask you a question. In Spanish, when it's an accident, is it, oh my God, olvidé los papeles en casa o dejé los papeles en casa? Or both. About 3 years ago, a Spanish person told me, I don't know if it's true, that in Spanish you can't say dejé los papeles en casa if it's an accident. You must say olvidé los papeles en casa. Okay, fine. That's a Spanish question. English. If it's by accident, you say leave. If it's on purpose, deliberate, leave. In both cases. When you say the place where you left or forgot the things, you say to leave, never to forget. It's incorrect in English to say, I forgot my papers at home. Do you understand? You can't say that. You cannot mention a place with forget. You say, I forgot my papers. I left them at home. Do you understand? Olvidé los papeles. Los dejé en casa. Yeah. If you want to mention home, you must use the verb to leave. Okay. I left the book in the trunk of my car, in the maletero de mi coche. I left it there. Now, Maria, after this segment, can I go? Do we have time to go to my car and bring it back the book? I wanted to show you a book similar to this one. This book, Vocabulary Time, you see. But I don't have the book. It's called Gimnasia Gramatical. It's very, very good. And I wanted to show it to you, but I left it in my car. My God. I forgot to bring it. Olvidé traerlo. Lo dejé en el coche, sin querer. ¿Se entiende sin querer aquí? I left it in my car. I can't believe it. I'm a basket case. I'm a case. Yo soy un caso. Caso perdido. Dice que I'm a lost case. En inglés también se dice, I'm a lost case. I never remember anything. I always forget to bring my books. I always leave them either at home or in my car. I can't believe it. And you know, I have a tendency to forget things. I have a tendency to leave things in my office. And when it's really important, for example, if you come to me in my office and you say, excuse me, Richard, are you going to see Ramon this afternoon? Yes, I have a meeting with Ramon after lunch. Why? Could you give this to Ramon? It's very important. It's a document that Ramon wants. And I say, fine. Yeah, sure. Thanks. And he says, thanks, and he leaves. After the person leaves, with this piece of paper, this document, which I am the intermediary between that person and Ramon, I get up. I go to the door of my office. I close the door. I put a chair in front of the door, and I put the document on the chair. So that 1 hour later or 2 hours later, when I'm leaving the office to see Ramon, I can't physically leave my office because there's a chair and the document in the way. Otherwise, I'll forget it. I'll forget it. I'll leave it in my office. Fijaos, cuando digo leave, ello in my office. Cuando digo forget, no digo in my office. Suena raro en inglés cuando oímos a los angloparlantes, cuando oímos a un hispanohablante decir, lo olvidé en casa. Nos da la impresión de estando en casa lo olvidaste, pero fuera de casa no lo has olvidado. Okay, it sounds strange. We say, I left it. Remember, oh, I left my keys at home. I left the papers in my office. I left my umbrella in the boot or trunk of my car. El maletero del coche, in British English, the boot, como bota. Las botas que llevas en los pies. The boot of my car, los americanos decimos trunk. Trunk escrito, trunk of my car. Porque antiguamente había baúles físicos atrás en los antiquísimos coches, y eso se llama trunk. We haven't changed the word, all right? The British say boot. I don't know why. For me, trunk is more logical because at the beginning of automobiles, the old cars had un baúl atrás. They had a trunk. So trunk has 4 meanings in English. Trunk. Interesting. Trunk means tronco de árbol, the trunk, the tree trunk. Trunk means trompa de elefante, the elephant's trunk. Trunk means baúl, a trunk. And trunk means in America y Canadá, maletero del coche, the back of your car. The trunk of your car. And trunk also in telecommunications, okay? Trunk lines are líneas de transporte telefónica, de telefonía. Trunk. So trunk is a very important word to remember. But nevertheless, often, if I put something in my trunk, I forget it. I leave it in my trunk and later say, oh my God, I forgot when I came here to first open the trunk and get it. Now it's too late. I left those documents. I'm sorry. I left those important documents in the trunk. I completely forgot to open the trunk and get them before coming here. So I left them in the trunk. I left them in the trunk. I forgot to bring them. All right. I'll see you in just a few minutes.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Vaughan Inglés 4.0. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got an interesting, amazing, fascinating class for you today. You have no idea. Neither do I. Tampoco sé yo. Vamos a ver. Oh yeah, this is a good one. This is definitely a good one. All right, well, let me introduce you to my student first. Vamos a empezar con unas cosas claras. You have to meet my student. If you haven't met her, si no la habéis conocido, it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the very lovely, beautiful Pilar. Hello, Pilar. How are you?
Can't complain with this presentation.
You like the
Yes.
presentation, right? She's like, yeah, I like the way you introduced me.
Yes.
Well, I'm sincere. Am I sincere?
Yes.
I think
Bueno,
so. I think I'm sincere. Why would I say it if I didn't mean it, right? Okay, now, today we've got a lot of stuff to look at, okay? So, you know what we're going to look at first. 5 words that we call...
the vocabulary. The
Me has puesto una V.
the vocabulary.
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 Vocabulary. We're going to look at vocabulary today, or the vocab.
Yes.
The vocab. Y así nos quitamos la U esa del
Yes.
final. The vocab. Vocabulary. All right, let's take a look. Now remember, follow along. Síguenos en casa and repeat it en voz alta. How do you say it?
Allow.
Aloud. Aloud. Repeat it aloud. Si no, no cuenta. It doesn't count. Es como si no has visto la clase. So repeat it with us aloud. Trust me. Trust me. It makes a big, big, big difference. Okay. Are you ready? Good. Pilar, ready?
Ready.
Let's do it. Here we go. The first word is tendencia.
Tendency.
Tendency. A tendency. That's right. Tendency. We also say trend. La tendencia is a trend. A trend. Okay. Number 2. Let's take a look. How do you say biblioteca?
Library.
Library. Library. And the person who works at the library?
Librarian?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Did you guess? ¿Adivinaste?
Yes, I guess it.
Qué crack. I guessed.
I guessed it.
Yeah, muy bien. Y has mejorado las terminaciones de las... I guessed it.
I guessed it.
Perfect. Lo adiviné. I guessed it. Did you guess it? Library. The person who works there is a librarian. Librarian. I don't remember the last time I was in a library.
Biblioteca.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. I was in a library at the police department
Ah.
doing a TV program. In the library. In the library. Okay, let's take a look. How do you say... bueno, esto significa dos cosas. Plano. How do you say plano?
Flat.
Flat, yeah. Many televisions today are flat screen television, plana, right? Pantalla plana, a flat screen. Pero también en Inglaterra usan esta palabra para otra cosa, también.
Ah, para un piso.
Un
para
piso, un apartamento. A flat. Hello, mate. Are you coming to our flat this afternoon? Right? Flat, flat. En los Estados Unidos decimos apartamento, decimos apartment. Okay, apartment, they say flat. Flat. ¿Ok? Pero nos entendemos, ¿eh? Nos entendemos. Ok, seguimos. En cambio.
In the other hand.
No, in es un error muy común. On. Piénsalo como esto.
Ok.
Si tienes la visual de on the other hand, so on, y lo decimos siempre, on one hand, he's a good guy. Es un buen tipo. On the other hand, he's a little bit unpredictable. Impredecible.
Okay.
Right? He's a good guy, on one hand. But on the other hand, en cambio. So remember, el visual on the other hand. On the other hand. Okay, muy bien. And the last one is centro comercial.
A shopping center.
Center?
No. A shopping center.
Eso es, la C como S. No PC City, pero PC
City.
City. Eso es. Okay, so shopping center. ¿Hay otra palabra para centro comercial?
I suppose.
Okay.
No lo sé.
Okay, we say a mall.
Ah, no.
A mall. M-A-L-L. A shopping mall. O a secas. A mall.
A mall.
Porque es como swimming pool, que no hay otro mall. Entonces es para compras, sí o sí. A mall. A lo mejor es porque quieren añadir letras, no sé. Pero es mall a secas. No hay que decir shopping mall.
Okay.
Ahora con center sí. shopping center. Okay. How often do you go to the mall?
Once a month.
Tenemos que usar el vocabulario en cuestión.
Yes, yes. I go to the shopping center once a month.
Okay, y dámelo con el vocabulario nuevo.
I go to the shopping center.
No, the mall. Para probar el otro, ¿sí?
I go to the mall once a week.
Right.
No, once a month.
That was the truth there. She just told us the truth. I go to the mall once a week. And she goes, no, I mean once a month. Okay. Now remember, lo mismo que acabo de decir a Pilar. Si hay una palabra que no has oído, that you've never heard before, and you've never used, úsalo. Right? Porque sí, vale el, yes, I go twice a week. Pero lo que queremos aquí es practicar este vocabulario.
Claro.
Y ponerlo en práctica, ¿no? So, I go to the mall. How do you say voy al centro comercial un día sí y otro no?
I go to the shopping center or to the mall once every day.
Una vez al día. Pues ahora, primero era una vez a la semana, ahora una vez al día.
One other day, something like that.
Every other day.
Right.
Cada otro día. Every other day.
Every other day.
Every other day.
Every
Okay.
other day.
Well, let's take a look at something like this. Okay, now, what is, we say dejar algo. Dejar algo. How do you say dejé algo en casa?
I forget or I left.
To forget or to leave something,
Yes.
right? This, to forget something or dejé algo en casa, me olvidó de algo en casa, o dejé algo en casa, se puede
Okay.
decir. Los dos son verbos irregulares. Every day I forget my keys. Yesterday?
I forgot my keys.
And lately?
I've forgotten my keys.
Yeah, and lately I've forgotten my keys. Okay? We have an expression in English that they say that you would forget your head if it weren't attached to your shoulders.
Okay.
Te dejarías la cabeza si no estuviera conectado a tu
Al cuerpo.
tu cuerpo, claro. Okay, how do you say ella olvidó su paraguas?
She forgot her umbrella
She forgot her umbrella. Porque lo dejó en casa.
because she left at home.
She left what?
She left it at home.
Eso es, porque tenemos que poner ¿qué?
Yes.
Lo dejó en casa, dejó eso en casa en
Yes.
inglés. She left it at home. Do you ever forget things?
Yes, every day I forget things.
Yeah. Now,
Yes.
do you leave things at home or do you forget things? Because you can forget birthdays, you can forget a lot of different things.
I forget things and
You leave things at home.
and I left.
Okay. So they're similar, but they're a little bit different too, because I can't leave your birthday, but I
Okay.
can forget your birthday. So leave tiene que ser algo físico que
Okay.
estamos olvidando, right? Oh, I left my keys in the car, right? I left my keys in the car. All right. Well, we're out of time, so we'll see you next time. Ciao. Bye.
Okay. Class number 192 is now history, which means we have only 3 classes left. Yes. I can't believe it. It's incredible. It's unbelievable that we are actually finishing this program. Actually no significa actualmente en inglés, es un amigo falso. Actually in English means realmente. I can't believe that we are actually finishing this course. It's been a long time. Ha sido mucho tiempo. It's been a long time. And I'm still enjoying my job, teaching you. I'm enjoying it. And I certainly hope that you're enjoying it. Because the more you enjoy this program, the more you like English, and the more you progress. See you tomorrow.